program, and you were really gung-ho about this because in so many words this will really keep the integrity of the program. So the question now is, how can this now not be seen as compromising on your first position, which is to really keep the integrity of the program by delisting those who shouldn't be there to begin with? Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
Actually, this is the report given to me by our National Housing Targeting Office, the NHTO, or the Listahanan 3 program. In that program, they identified like 1.3 million beneficiaries that can be graduated. Ibig sabihin, pwede na silang i-alis o i-delist doon sa 4.4 million right now beneficiaries of 4Ps. Pero when we came out of that report, some lawmakers, some congressmen questioned that, and they were saying like, are you sure? How sure are you guys na 1.3 immediately after pandemic, gumanda ang buhay. So, medyo napaisip tayo, Carmina. So, I said like, okay, I guess the best way to do this is I immediately called for a meeting with the Association of 4Ps beneficiaries. I met them 3 weeks ago, and they told me like, Mr. Secretary, yes, we don't agree with that list. Perhaps about 30% from that list should remain in the list. So I'm waiting right now for their complete list na sino yung pwedeng i-delist ko na at sinong pwedeng maiwan. And from there, we will compare to the list of our National Housing Targeting Office again, and then the list from our Municipal Link and City Link, and from the 4Ps para makita namin yung difference. Pero it's not final yet, Ms. Carmina, because there are 600,000 people that we're looking for right now out of that 4.4. 600 we cannot really locate.
Yeah, Mr. Secretary, we're going to talk more about that in a bit. But first, if you do not delist, or if only 30% of that list remain, or some would still stay on that list, for how long? Meron na ho ba kayong study if they're going to remain on that list owing to whatever circumstances, how long can they stay there before they can be delisted?
Pag wala na silang anak na going to school, that's one of the requirement. You should have kids in school. Number two, if you're already that 7-year period na nasa batas na na-approvehan ng 2019, if you've been in that list for 7 years, then you will be graduated. You will be removed or delisted, Ms. Carmina.
So ilan doon sa mananatili pa sa list ang nasa 7-year period na, pero binibigyan nyo na lang ng, kumbaga, ng leeway ulit na magstay muna doon sa list, and gaano katagal pa? If they've already reached that. Go ahead.
Actually, ma'am, we have a problem with that kasi merong mga, there are people there, beneficiaries, they have been there since 2011 and tuloy-tuloy po sila hanggang 2026. Kasi effective lang po yung law nitong 2019 hindi naman po siya, it's not retroactive, Carmina. So from 2019 hanggang 2026 po sila, nandoon sila sa list na yon. Hindi natin matanggal because the law says 7 years. Effective yung law ng 2019. So kung may mga anak pa sila na nasa grade school, then tuloy-tuloy sila hanggang 2026, Ms. Carmina.
At saka posible pa palang mas lumaki pa, no, Secretary Tulfo, because the pandemic also, the pandemic shifted a lot of lives, and those who are living above the poverty line now find themselves below the poverty line and needing assistance. So maaring meron pang mag-apply ng mga panibagong mga beneficiaries.
We have a very, very long wait list right now, Ms. Carmina. Actually, yung kakayanin lang talaga ng budget is 4.4. It's always like that. Pag nagtanggal tayo ng 1.3, then we'll have to bring in another 1.3. Pero, I mean, adding like another hundreds of thousands, we cannot do that anymore because yun lang yung nasa budget, Ms. Carmina.
Alright. Medyo masalimuot po talaga tong problema natin. Ano? Let's go to the 600,000 beneficiaries that you said were missing. Hindi nyo na po makita kung nasaan sila. How long have these beneficiaries been receiving aid from the government po?
Well, actually, I was when I came in last July, I was informed na sinubukan na raw ng aming mga tao, yung aming mga from NHTO to contact them. And one of the requirements para hindi ka madilis is you have to inform the DSWD kung saan ka lilipat, where you are at right now at this time. Unfortunately, 600 sa kanila hindi namin makita, or some of them hindi kami pinapapasok. A very few number lang naman ayaw kami papasukin sa bahay. So yun ang problem namin. Pero if ito ay hindi para namin sila makikita within the next probably couple of months more, then we will be forced to delist them, Ms. Carmina.
Secretary, are these people really missing or are they ghost beneficiaries?
We're checking on that. Actually, we're contacting yung mga yung kanilang mga leaders because there are parent leaders. Bawat parent leader may 40 or 80 beneficiaries under them. So we're contacting them. No, they're not ghost beneficiaries. Talagang lumipat lang itong mga ito as per my 4-piece personnel. Lumipat na ito na hindi nagpaalam, Ms. Carmina.
Ngayon, kung halimbawa po na-delist na sila, hindi makontak, and then all of a sudden, they show up, can they reapply or they've lost their chance?
They lost their chance. Pero may mga benefits naman kami. Ito ngayong a lot of people are asking, Ms. Carmina, na okay, pinapapagraduate mo kami. What if may anak pa kami nag-aaral? We have other programs, Ms. Carmina, na available for them, kagaya ng Sustainable Livelihood Program. Ito yung pangkabuhayan na we give out doon sa mga graduating sa 4-piece, tinutulong namin, and then they can still avail of the AICS, yung Assistance for Individual in Crisis Situation, and other programs pa, Ms. Carmina. So, nothing to worry about na baka wala na kaming kikitain, wala nang budget. No, we're may mga available programs sa DSWD to those people na mag-graduate na madidelist na sa 4-piece, Ms. Camila.
But aren't those programs now under threat, Mr. Secretary, because of the possible budget cut for your department?
Not really, not the SLP, not the 4-piece. I'm talking about yung nga lang is Assistance for Individual in Crisis Situation. Ito yung mga medical and burial assistance. Medyo nabawasan tayo ng ilang billion dyan, Ms. Carmina.
So what's going to be your game plan kung talagang magtutuloy-tuloy na nga ang pagbawas at hindi na talaga madagdagan yung budget ng DSWD?
Well, tuloy pa rin naman yung mga major programs namin like 4-piece, hindi nagalaw yun, and also the Sustainable Livelihood Program, ito talaga. And then yung AIC siguro, usual kasi up to 300,000 kaya namin ibigay pag may nangailangan. Siguro we have to cut back. We cannot give anyone 300,000 pesos sa may mga lumalapit sa amin, or yung mga pang medical or burial assistance na ang maximum namin is 25. Probably babawas din tayo doon, Ms. Carmina, baka 5 or 10,000 na lang para to meet doon sa kakulangan na maaalis sa amin na 20 billion actually sa AICS, Ms. Carmina. And siguro din sa educational assistance magbabawas din tayo, Ms. Carmina.
So you will find ways to get by, but if you were to prioritize programs, given the smaller amount that you'll be getting, which programs will you be prioritizing?
I would say the senior citizen social pension fund, kasi there's an increase because of the law na it should be 1,000 they'll be receiving every month from 500. That's what I'm asking for and praying yesterday for them, to them, that to give that 25. I need like 25 billion pesos more for the SOCPEN or social pension, and then 662 million pesos for the centenarians that we owe, Ms. Carmina, that we have to pay. So, I told the Committee on Appropriations, and they asked me, ano ang pwedeng, if ever, kung meron man, nadagdagan natin. I said na I will sacrifice the AIX, I will sacrifice our, kasi kailangan rin namin ng capital outlay for repairs of our buildings. I said, unahin na po yung social pension para sa senior citizen and din sa centenarians, Ms. Carmina.
Kasi yung AIX po, pwede na yung saluhin ng LGU, di ba?
Yes and no. Yung sinasabi mong devolve, hindi mo na siya madidevolve sa LGU. Yes, may pondo rin naman ng LGU at ng mga lawmakers natin na pwedeng saluin ng mga lawmakers at local government units natin, Ms. Carmina.
All right, we're going to have to leave it at that. I do understand you have a busy schedule, but we'd like to thank you for joining us this afternoon.